Hey, hope everybody's having a great day. Today I'm going to talk about what I've discovered so far, how to slow life down. I'm on a quest for a slower life. I mentioned that over and over and over again in my videos. So I decided I really need to define it, and I need to realize what I do that can make it better. And I'm feeling so much calmer than I did in my very hectic life before. And I always say, oh, it's the nature. It's beautiful where I am. But it's not just the nature. I think I'm just learning to relax a little bit. So I come up with 10 things, 10 steps, or 10 things you could do to live a little slower. Or maybe it's mindfulness. I'm not sure. But the first thing I do is when I wake up in the morning, I'm not one of those crazy people that wake up like 3 hours in advance to, get a jump on the day. But I wake up about 15 to 20 minutes earlier than I used to. And I could really squeeze out like a half an hour for my coffee. And I find I can wake up slowly. Waking up slowly is dreamy. Yes, I wake up to the alarm, but when I could sit and have my coffee, and I realize now I wake up thinking about my coffee because I'm not doing 12 things at once. It used to be I would make my coffee and I would drink it while I was racing off to work, or I would drink it while I was packing my things, and I never really just sat down and enjoyed a cup of coffee. So that's number one. Number two, I may have mentioned in another video, I'm trying to deliberately walk slower through my day, whether it be the supermarket or walking to my car through a parking lot, in the halls of a building where I'm working. I'm trying to just literally slow myself down. And it's working. I don't know how that really helps, but I'm more aware and present on where I am. Number three, I'm taking time back. I am not having time stolen from me anymore. So I guess mostly I'm not scrolling on social media. I never was really big on that. But I get so mad at myself when I get sucked into that hole and spend time doing that and not things I really want to do. I guess I get enough dopamine hits from it because some things really make me laugh out loud, and that's fun. But I'm trying to be deliberate in how much time I spend on social media, and I set a timer. I allow myself whatever time I'm willing to spend where it won't feel bad that I wasted time. So sometimes it might be 5 minutes. Sometimes it could be 45 minutes. It depends on what I've got going on and how my time is going. But I'm taking back control of that time. So I will set a timer, and that reminds me okay, enough. Now get back to your daily life business. Purposeful, like when I take back time to be purposeful, it doesn't always need to be productive. It could just be relaxing or just thinking about what I need to work on, or thinking about a YouTube video, or it could be just some think time. I'm finding having time to catch up with my own thoughts is very valuable. And in that really fast-paced life, you kind of lose focus and lose touch. So purposeful time doesn't necessarily mean productive. It could be, I'm going to take a nap because I am tired and I just really would like to take a nap. But I'm not losing the time. It's to benefit me and my mental health in some way. Being organized. I ebb and flow in that. I generally am an organized person, but now that I'm in van life, it turns to trash very quickly. I don't understand how I can get things messy. When my son was back visiting from college, we had some days in the van together and we were a disaster together. Like, you can't leave anything out. Everything has to go back in its place because, unlike a house, it's in your face when you're in the van. So there's limited surface space and it feels better when it's organized and clean. So when it gets messy, I binge clean and get it all kind of reset, and I always feel better. So I'm trying to be mindful to keep things in order so I don't have to spend as much time putting things away. Just do it when I use it, and everything has a place. So every month I kind of reorganize and find a way to solve the problems that happen. But as far as organization and stuff goes, sometimes I lighten my load, put some things in boxes that I don't really need that accessible. So an organized environment is always helpful to live a slower life because I spend a lot of time looking for things I've lost when I'm not organized. I'm the kind of person that's like, oh, where are my glasses? Oh, they're right on my head. I didn't even know that. So if I put things in a place, especially my work bag and things I need for work, pens, pencils, scissors, whatever it is that I need to know where it is. So being organized is important. I'm trying, I don't meditate. In the past, I have, but I find it hard to find the time to do that accurately to really get the full benefit of it. But I'm getting back to small moments of breathing. So maybe 5 minutes where I just focus on my breathing and do nothing else except just sit. Somebody told me about box breathing. Box breathing is you breathe in for 5, hold for 5, breathe out for 5, hold for 5. So it's deep breathing in and out with a hold at the inhale and a hold at the exhale. And even if I do that just 2 times in the car before I go into work or before I start driving home, it's good. It helps. It helps me remember that I am living a slower life. And I guess that's the good part of it, is I'm trying to live a slower life, but I could easily forget that and be washed away in the rush of things. Life still happens. There's a lot going on always, even in a van life. Another thing I'm trying to do is connect with nature. It's easy for me to do now because this is a new place for me. I've only been here, 7 months now on this property. But it's easy for me to get lost in nature. But even on the crummy days or the cold days, I'm trying to spend 5 minutes. If I can't spend 5 minutes just walking in the snow or sitting outside or just opening the van door and listening to the rain or watching the snow fall or the leaves when it was fall time, if I can't afford 5 minutes of time to do that, there's something wrong with life. You need to have time. Those are the moments that are kind of living, I suppose. It's the little moments between the highs of life and the big events and the fun and the activity and the friends and things that you do. Those little moments by yourself, I truly believe, are very important to your well-being as well. So some breathing, some nature. Let's see, I think I'm up to 7. Yeah. connecting with people. People are isolating a lot today. I have periods where I just want to be alone. I enjoy being alone. I enjoy the solitude, and I have tons of hobbies, a stack of books. I have so many things that I really do like to do by myself. So I'm kind of on the other end, that I need to make sure I'm not forgetting to socialize, even if it's a phone call with a friend or a FaceTime or going out for coffee or a drink or going out to listen to some music. Sometimes I have to push myself. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. Whenever I get on to make a video. Come on, it's okay. It's okay. I did another video on Hygge. Hygge. I'll leave a link below so you could just listen to that. But that's basically setting up little experiences that are nice and cozy and comfortable. That's fun to do with friends or by yourself as well. But just getting cozy on a cold day, or on a cold, dark, dreary day, which today it's anything but. It's beautiful out. Another thing that I do, which takes effort, is at night before I go to bed, I make sure my coffee pot is clean. I use a French press. It's not really a coffee pot, but I make sure it's cleaned out from the day, and I scoop out my new coffee for the next morning and have myself all set up. I put my water in the instant tea kettle. So all I have to do is roll out of bed and hit the switch on the tea kettle and wake myself up slowly. So I'm not aggravated by having to wash out a cup or my French press. I find that that helps my morning start a little bit better. And so I try to put my day away before I go to bed and not leave a mess for myself in the morning. And that came from some quote that I saw, like, a year from now, you'll thank yourself that you started today. I feel that way about this YouTube. I hope in a year from now, I'll be happy that I started it this year. But I realize it applies to in the morning, I'll be happy that I cleaned this up tonight when I'm awake. And even though I don't want to clean it up tonight, it will bring me joy in the morning. So which would be the better joy? Waking up tomorrow to an easy start with my coffee, or having to wake up in the morning and wash dishes before I even get my cup of coffee? So I kind of play games with my head like that, but it really works out in the morning. And I think that's why my morning coffee has become so enjoyable. And number 10 is each night before I go to bed, I try to be off social media, off the phone, off any kind of electronics for at least a little while before I go to bed. I'd like to say I read every night, but that doesn't happen. Usually I'm too tired to read, but each night I like to think through the day I just had and come up with the highlight. And some days are harder than others, but every day has a point in it. Even if it's a really, really, really horrible, no good, rotten, terrible day, there's still one point in the day that was better than the rest. And the more I search for those highlights, the easier it gets for me to find them. And I find now I'm noticing things during the day that I think maybe that would be my highlight. That was pretty cool. That was awesome. That was a win for the day. So I say a yay for the day, or what's your win for the week? Sometimes I do a win for the day or just a moment in time. For example, the other day I was leaving work, and this red fox came running out of the woods, and as graceful as could be. I've seen fox before, but often they're like either mangy, or I just catch a glimpse and think, was that a fox? But this was loud and clear, a red, fluffy, healthy fox. And I can't tell you the excitement that that gave me for that day. It's silly, but I really enjoy the nature. And that was like the highlight of my week, because I was able to watch him for a hot second and just enjoy the moment. So that was really cool. So each night when I go to bed, I kind of try to highlight what it is for the day. What was the one point in my day that was considered good? It might not be great. It might not be anything super great. It might be something I accomplished, like I'm so glad I did the food shopping today. That's another thing I do that's helping me kind of save money and live easier, is meal plan. I meal plan for the whole week. So I have all my food set up, because after work, when I have to make the decision of what am I going to have for dinner, even if I have all the food here with me, I'm like, oh, I don't feel like cooking that. But if I know in the day what I'm going to make at night for dinner, it's kind of like just go on automatic pilot. It takes away the decisions. It takes away the angst of, I don't know, maybe I'll just stop and get a slice on the way home. I don't want to be doing that. I'm trying to get my ducks in a row financially. So I don't want to be eating out just because I had a rough day or I'm too tired. So I account for that in my planning too, that I always have something really easy that I could just slap together even without cooking. So if I have a day where I just can't push myself, I'm not scheduled, but I'm organized enough to be planned for that as well. So those are my 10 points that I found so far. I'm sure there'll be more, because now I'm aware of it, and now I'm thinking about when I feel calm, how I feel calm, and what little changes are happening in me as I go. I'm not always calm, and I'm not always doing it slow, but I've learned to give myself grace in those times where I get away from myself as well. So have a great day. I hope you can find some ways to slow down and just enjoy or relax with yourself too. Bye.